What happened to Prekeh Bwoy is a typical example of what happened to bad man. When you live by the gun, you're going to die by the gun. And if you are a bad man and you don't want to step away from badness, then it is going to end up destroying you.
But you have to say for yourself.
What's for dinner?
What's going on here?
What's that stink?
What's this for?
What time is it? What's that?
Elementary, my dear Watson.
Hey my beautiful people, welcome back to my channel Watson's World. If this is the first time you are visiting this channel, click on the subscription button. You can also click on the notification bell so that you'll be alerted every time I upload a video. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook at The Noble Cop. Now people, I'm going to talk about Prekeh Bwoy in this video. I never really want to touch upon Prekeh Bwoy, because I see that a whole heap of vloggers have been talking about Prekeh Bwoy. People like Politrix watch and teach them, right? And I think they have put enough information out there. And so I don't want to be repeating what they're doing, right? Because I think they have put some real good stuff out there. And I really don't want to take away from what they have put out there, but I want to give my opinion about the situation, right? There's no doubt that Prekeh Bwoy was a real bad man causing havoc there in Jamaica, right? Based on the information coming from the police, Prekeh Bwoy, was responsible for more than 12 murders there, and it could be more, right? In 2018, Prekeh Bwoy had a confrontation with the security forces. He ended up injuring 2 JDF members, and they thought that they had taken out Prekeh Bwoy in that operation, but apparently not. They had actually killed one of his henchman who was there too, right? They had seized the rifle and everything. A few months later, Prekeh Bwoy surfaced at 80 with vengeance, right? He threatened the security forces, I threatened the government. I said, boy, are the wickedest bad man Jamaica I go ever see, right? And he did live up to his word. He came back and he was causing a whole heap of havoc at Jamaica, right? So I know the security forces, them very happy about that them end up taking him out. Prekeh Bwoy was taken out yesterday morning. That's Wednesday, July 21st, 2020. What happened to Prekeh Bwoy is a typical example of what happened to bad man. When you live by the gun, you're going to die by the gun. And if you are a bad man and you don't want to step away from badness, then it is going to end up destroying you, right? It's just the laws of life. If you're a bad man, you're going to die a bad man if you not change your ways. Now, this is something that we've been seeing in Jamaica over and over again, where as soon as them take out a bad man, one next one rise up. And bad man after bad man. It's like Jamaica just regenerate bad man like crazy. And if you think about it, looking back even in the 70s come right up to now, it's the same approach. The same approach we have been using. As soon as a man get too bad or we can't control him and we can't find no evidence to put him before the court, then here we make we take him out. And this has been the thinking of the security forces over the years. The same approach has been used, and things just not getting any better. Speak the truth, people. I mean, think about it. We have been taking out bad men over the years, and is anything any better? We see crime and violence get any better at Jamaica? It's the same thing that has been happening over and over again, an endless cycle, right? So make we have a reason here now, people. I'm gonna put some questions too now. I'm wanting to address the questions in the comment area, but before we put them questions the too now, I want to say something too now. The crime monster in Jamaica, people, is like a planarian flatworm. Well, you know what a planarian flatworm is? Well, this is a little worm where if you cut it up in a different pieces, right, and things you kill it, it not dead, right? All the little pieces we cut up start to grow head, right? And even the head we cut off start to grow a body. And the planarian flatworm continue to regenerate like this over and over. It's like it's invincible. It can't dead. And that's how the crime monster is at Jamaica. It's like crime can't dead. You can't, no matter how you try cut off the head, no matter how much police kill bad man at Jamaica, it is still the same problem. But here the funny thing about the planarian flatworm people. Scientists have been studying this flatworm for many years. And what they have discovered is that they can actually turn off this regeneration power that the planarian flatworm has in early development, right? So that it stops regenerate completely. And I feel like this is what we need to do with the crime monster in Jamaica. We need to make an impact on the young impressionable minds, our children. This is where we need to curb the crime monster from. Because when you think about Jamaica and the amount of criminals that we have generated, there are a lot more Prekeh boys in the making. And so, if we kill one Prekeh boy today, another Prekeh boy rise up tomorrow. We have seen it, guys. Before Prekeh boy, there was Ratty. Right? Right out Mobile the same way him and Prekeh boy used to link up. They killed Ratty, the security forces killed Ratty, and then the focus was moved to Prekeh boy. And you guys all know about Duppy Film. For a while, the security forces went to hunt Duppy Film and they ended up killing Duppy Film. So basically what we have been seeing is the same thing happening over and over, and the same approach that the security forces have been using over the years is the same approach I'm using today, which in my view is a very primitive approach. It's like when take down an entire syndicate, we just cut off the head, cut off piece of the hand, cut off the foot, and them just grow back, right? But what if we can now attack this thing by looking at our children and cultivating in them a culture of lawfulness? You don't think so we can make a change? I remember when I used to serve in the police service and we carry out operation, and the police used to just go out there and scrape up a whole heap of man off of the street, a whole heap of young boy, especially in the inner city communities. Then scrape them up off of the street, carry them, go lock them up, right? Them not charge them keep them for a day or two, and then them release them. A whole heap of them little youth did have jobs, and because them have them in a custody, them lose them jobs and everything, right? And then continue to do this over a period of time and frustrate the youth them. What do you think happened to them youth there over a period of time? Them start to develop a hatred for the police and them start to pre-badness. I said, listen, when we scrape up them youth here off of the streets, why we not have some little workshop with them? Why we not have some people come in and give them a talk, show them a better way, right? Show them so them can live a life of lawfulness, show them so them can make a difference in Jamaica. Why we not show them youth a different way of life? Now I know say a whole heap of man now go like my speech, right? Because a whole heap of man I go say, boy, a foolishness me talk so because some criminal now have not change a change. Well, I would say don't be hypothetical in your reasoning like that, right? You can't predict where a man are going to be unless you try to change him. The point I'm trying to make is that we'll continue to see whole heap of Prekeh boy, right? Over and over again if we continue the same approach. If we not decide to change how we fight crime and deal with this situation, unfortunately it's going to be an endless cycle. I want a better Jamaica. I love Jamaica. I love Jamaican youths. I know that we can be a better country, right? But we have to be prepared to change our thinking, to change our approach. I'm appealing to law enforcement and the government to put more measures in place, right? To restructure the way the youth them think, to change the mindset of the youth them. And the only way we are going to change the mindset of the youth them is by changing our approach to law enforcement, right? Now, I'm going to leave you guys with these questions. For all of those people who think they are foolishness me talk, sir. For all of those people who disagree with me, I want to ask you some questions. I've thought about some questions, guys, and I have even written them down here. And I want to leave you guys with this question because more stimulate conversation around this situation with Prekeh Bwoy. Yes, Prekeh Bwoy dead and gone. Yes, the security forces get rid of another nuisance out of the society. But remember, a whole heap more Prekeh Bwoy out there. A whole heap more Prekeh Bwoy going to be regenerated, right? A whole heap more Prekeh Bwoy Jamaica go produce, right? So we need to put a stop to this. So here are the questions. The first question, guys, is how many violent criminals have we killed over the years only to see another immediately take his place? How many of them? Check out Politric's watch. Him talk about whole heap of them. Check out Teach Them. Him talk about whole heap of them. Right? The next question is, isn't it concerning that the only thing we can do when a criminal get out of hand is to take him out by killing him? Right? What about investigation? What about taking out the or taking down the entire syndicate using the anti-gang legislation? We need to think about these things, people. The next question is, why is it that Jamaica is producing so many of these dangerous criminals? We need to get to the bottom of the thing, the root cause. Right? We have to look on the root cause because here what? Man like Prekeh Bwoy, how him grew up in now, how him see. Right? Nobody never try. I mean, how much people try to help people like Prekeh Bwoy? Tell the truth. I don't know. Right? Another question that I want to ask you guys is, how many Prekeh Bwoys will we need to take down to realize that we need to change our approach? Come on, talk to me. I want a man tell me. I want a member of the security force tell me. I want a member of the government tell me. How many Prekeh Bwoys are we going to take down? Because every time them take down a man like Prekeh Bwoy, right, people think say, okay, everything will go alright. Crime and violence will go drop. But guess what? It never happened. And the last question I want to ask you guys. When these criminals are able to elude law enforcement because they are held by citizens, what does that say about our society? Isn't that saying that our society is enabling criminality? The informer for dead mentality, we need to get rid of that. People, I don't want to draw out this video any longer, right? But I just want to have a little conversation around this, stimulating the mind a little, to think outside the box. Yes, as me say, we take down Prekeh Bwoy, right? One less nuisance in the world, right? But how we are going to stop the other Prekeh Bwoy them from coming up tomorrow, the day after, next month? We need to rethink our approach, guys. Not going to draw this out anymore. I'm going to finish it right here because I notice I keep repeating myself. So I'm going to finish it right here, guys. So until next time, remember, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at The Noble Cop. And people, do not leave this video without subscribing. Until next time, guys, peace out.